Hi! We're gonna try a couple of new things. I'm trying a new camera setup. I'm using my phone as a webcam instead, and then using my webcam to top down, basically. So we'll see how it goes. I know I talked about this before. I'll just reiterate it since this is the stream I'm using it for. Hi. When I was looking at how to make stream improvements, basically all the videos were like, hey, hi Ricky Greens, hello. You can see better. They were all saying if you wanted to improve your camera quality, just use your phone. Like if you can't afford a really good camera, the next best thing is actually your phone. And it's a better quality than any webcam you can get. So I was like, hey, okay, maybe I'll try that out sometime. I got a mount for my phone. It wasn't very expensive. It was on sale. I think it was it's less than $20. So I got this big sturdy clamp. I am from Lunch Dad's stream. Oh, is that how you found me? Well, thank you so much for the follow. And follow me from Lunch Dad. Even though all I do is I sit there and harass him. I hope he starts feeling, I know he's having his toothache and his back problems like the old man he is. I can't say too much. He and I are the same age, more or less. But it would be nice for him to start streaming again when he's feeling better. Soon. We'll play Jackbox Party with him and mess with him some more. But yeah, so I'm using my phone camera right now. We're gonna see how it goes. I definitely think bullying him is the best. I like it when Unique and I just plot without him around. So I think that the phone camera quality is a lot better. We'll see how it goes. So I did some adjustments to my webcam to do top down with it. I think this will work a lot better for unboxing streams. I know eventually I would like to do some more traditional art and crafting, which I think that would be good for. Dan and I might upgrade our phones this year. So if we do that, I might switch to just using only phones for the setup. As long as I don't have to trade my old phone in, because they like to do that. So if I get to keep my phone, I'll use it for top down and use my new phone for face cam. But anyway, this is probably going to be a short stream. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks so much for coming by. I start streaming usually at 2 Pacific. On Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays, I was supposed to start streaming games, but Dan and I, my husband, we went out and did a shopping date today, and we got back a little bit ago. We bought some new stuff, and I've had some stuff piled up for an unboxing stream. I figured I would just do it now. It's not a ton of stuff though, so it's not going to be probably a very long stream, which is fine, because it's almost 4 o'clock here. I know some of you are on the East Coast, and it's Wednesday. But we got some fun things here. Dan and I collect a lot of, it's almost 7. That's because you're on the wrong side of the States. You're on the wrong side, the wrong coast. Dan and I went to the Gunpla store. We also went to Kikuniya, that's connected to Uwajimaya, which is, the local Japanese grocery store here where I live that's really big. Yeah, it is Gundams. So Gunpla is short for, I'm not sure exactly what it's short for, but it's for Gundam model kits, and they just call them Gunpla. And my husband's really into building them. And there is a hobby shop in Chinatown. So we went down to check it out because Dan took the week off from work. So this is his staycation week before Tarkin, our dog, which I would show you guys him, but he left the room. He's usually like right down below my desk. He's not here right now. I don't know where he went. But Tarkin's having knee surgery next week, and the recovery time for knee surgery is very long. We had his knee fixed last year, the one where it was really because the tendon broke on his knee last year, and this year we decided to get his other knee fixed because in general both his knees were bad. Just one blew out and the other one didn't, and we thought we would fix this other one before something happened to it. Even though it's starting to get to the point where his knee is not staying in the socket anymore, so I think we're kind of past the point of nothing's wrong with it. Something's wrong with it. Anyway, recovery time is really long on knees, and the first couple of weeks, Tarkin was especially bad. So I told Dan he should take his vacation before Tarkin has knee surgery so we can like go out and do things and not have to worry about Tarkin so much. So that's what this week is. Tarkin has his knee surgery next Monday, and I'm actually taking a couple weeks off from doing pretty much anything, and I'm just gonna hang out with Tarkin in the living room because we have to corral him because he's not supposed to move around so much because of his knee. So we have to like cage him, and we're gonna do it in the living room. And then we'll see how he's doing in a couple weeks. Hello, Fluffin! How are you doing? I saw some of your art the other day, and I hope your streams have been going well too. But thanks for coming. Thanks for coming in. The robot fights. You know what would be fun? Do you guys remember? I'm old. But do you guys remember back in like, what? The 2000s, early 2000s or late 90s where they had robot fights? And I just remember because Jay Leno always had it on his show because they built like the Chininator and put his face on it and then had his big chin sticking out on the robot and go and hit people with it. Oh, you're taking a big break from taking a break from streams. Well, I hope your break's going well. Yeah, BattleBots! Also, I know in Japan, I don't know if they're doing this anymore because of COVID, but you could go to like a live robot battle show and eat dinner. And I was like, that sounds amazing. I want to do that in Japan. Anyway, the stuff. I think Dan, oh my god, when Real Steel came out with Hugh Jackman, how many years ago? Which is basically like a dramatic movie version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Like, that movie was super fun. It is like the medieval times in Japan. Yeah, Real Steel was so cool. Like, Dan and I had a really fun time. When that movie came out, Dan's like, we have to go see it. So we went to the theater to see it. Tarkin, are you here now? Tarkin, you want to come? Okay. I was going to ask him if he wanted to come say hi, and I think he just... Tarkin! He can't hear anymore either. Like, his hearing's pretty bad. Oh, I think he left again. Okay. He probably did hear me talking about him. So this is some of the stuff we're gonna unbox today. Oh, is it? Oh, that's right, it's on Netflix. I'm gonna put it on tonight. What Dan and I have been doing on his vacation is in the living room, I'll put a movie on. It's been true crime right now because when you really don't need to look at the screen for true crime because it's more like, if you've noticed, for those, they're a lot more like podcasts. But I'll put true crime documentaries on, and then I'll work on diamond art. And Dan will be building Gunpla. And that's what we pretty much do. Grey's Anatomy? I mean, I've never watched Grey's Anatomy. People like to talk to me about it because I live in Seattle. I've watched a lot on Netflix. If you guys didn't know, Great British Bake Off's new season started last Friday, so if you really like Great British Bake Off and you didn't know the new season started, you should go watch it, go catch up. I really like The Crown. Even look, I like romantic royals, monarchy stuff. Like not necessarily in real life, but in media, yeah. Yeah, see, I've definitely had a couple people who were obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, and they're like, "Oh, have you been to the hospital? Like, have you been to the area where the hospital is?" And I was like, "The hospital is not real." um, and no, because like the hospital's in Canada. we watched last night the Times Square Killer. Oh, I wanted to see Cobra Kai because I've been hearing about it and I just keep forgetting. I also haven't seen Squid Games yet and I really want to. And I don't know why I haven't. But it got boring. Oh no. Yeah, you know what? I also really want to watch Morbius because that also just came out on Netflix. And I love bad movies. Like a lot, and I know Morbius is supposed to be really bad. I watched a couple of episodes of Stranger Things, and I thought Dan would like it, and I watched a couple episodes without him, and I wanted him to catch up, but he doesn't voluntarily watch things, so I'd have to sit down and rewatch the episodes with him for us to catch up, for him to get to where I was, and then actually get to the new episodes. So that's why we haven't done that yet. But I want to see Morbius because I know it's stupid and I can't wait. You hyped? Did your friend not know that it was stupid? Like, oh, thank you for the hydrate. Did your friend not hear about the internet? There's this one YouTuber. Hang on. The video is so good. There's YouTuber, Eddie Burback. He went to see Morbius 5 days in a row and he made a YouTube video about it. It was hysterical. Oh, he was like... I know it's supposed to be bad. I can't wait to see it. Obviously I have waited because I haven't seen it yet. It's been on Netflix for a couple of days now. But I love bad movies. Except I decided to rewatch all of the Mummy films. And because I hadn't seen the third Mummy film, the Dragon Emperor one, and I wanted to see it, but I was like, oh, let's just rewatch all the Mummy films and then we'll watch the Dragon Emperor. So we rewatched all of them, and I guess I had a really bad memory of what the Mummy films were like. And then we get to the Dragon Emperor one, I was like, this is bad. Like, the third Mummy film is really, really bad. I have not seen the one with Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is so, like, basic white man. I haven't seen Scorpion King yet. Also, I should have watched it. I asked Dan if we should watch Scorpion King before we watched the third Mummy film, and Dan didn't really have an opinion. And I was like, well, I really want to see the third Mummy film, so I put it on. But you know what? I love The Rock. Like, I love The Rock movies. Because they're all like the same movie. But I haven't seen Scorpion King yet. I should just put it on. I'm gonna be really sad if it's really bad because I really like The Rock. And I've seen his other stupid movies. Like, I've seen Rampage. Rampage was fun. It was bad. It was super fun. We always joke about, we have a friend named Jason, and we've been like dedicated to watching the Rock films together with him, and we have this huge joke about Geostorm because we went to go see, I can't remember what Rock film it was, but we went to go see it at the movie theater, but the poster and the screen title said it was Geostorm, and the workers had to confirm with us it wasn't Geostorm, it was the film we're going to go see. We always made this joke about how everything's Geostorm because of that, and how Geostorm is so much better if The Rock was in it. And then we watched Geostorm and we're like, yeah, this would have been better if The Rock was in it. I actually really liked Love and Thunder. I think the best thing to keep in mind for it is like, it is very much a Taika Waititi film, in that I feel that they let him have more free reign over this one, so it feels even more like his style than Ragnarok was. So if you've seen some of his other films and projects, like, it's like farcical. So the law of the humor is it's a lot all the time, and it's kind of out there. Hi, Unique! Which I mean, I like his sense of humor, and I definitely understand the criticisms around Love and Thunder because of that. Because like I said, it's unrelenting, farcical humor pretty much all the time. And I know that can be a lot. And I know that's not for everyone. Oh, Tarkin, you're here. You want to come say hi? Tarkin's here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Want to come say hi? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. How you doing? Look at the camera again. Hi. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, I think the humor in the film works for me, because I kind of like the idea of doing like fantasy and science fiction in the sense that it's so different from reality because it's so ridiculous. I have not watched MasterChef. When it comes to food shows, I really like them to be low-key, like Bake Off. I was really into Lego Master because of it, because Lego Master is kind of similar in its tone. I really liked Is It Cake. Like, Is It Cake was really wholesome, and I really liked all the contestants on it. That was super fun. You gonna lay down now? Okay. Oh, are we like a half an hour in and I still haven't unboxed anything? I really liked Is It Cake. I thought it was so cute. I loved it. You like Gordon Ramsay yelling at people? I got tired of the really angry competition shows. Shut up, V-Chan. You know what? If it's less than 3 hours, it's a short stream, okay? Okay. This isn't everything we're going to unbox today. I have some stuff down here on the floor because it's too big. Are you gonna play Genshin, or are you gonna let Lunch Dad do your dailies for you instead? Actually, I need to play Genshin. I need to finish the event before the 26th. I'd ask Lunch Dad to do it, but he'll never get it done in time, so. Oh my god. He's not here, right? He's not here to see us shit talking him. He's at the office today. Okay, so these. Oh, okay. I honestly, if it's kind of an angry competition show, I won't watch it. I like the really relaxed competitions now. Though I was thinking about rewatching Flavor of Love. Dan doesn't know who New York and Flavor Flav is, and I keep trying to explain like New York to him, and it's just really hard. So I thought about putting on some episodes of Flavor of Love, and I love New York. But I think he'll hate it. Okay. Okay, so these are pretty they're X-Acto knives. And I bought them because I got into... Oh yeah, no, I watched it when it aired too, like the whole thing with Pumpkin. Oh, New York and Pumpkin, that was good. And then of course the second season when New York comes back and you're just like, what? It's like when Shangela came back for the, what was it, the third or fourth season? She immediately came back and everyone's like, why is Shangela here? Really the only calm cooking shows I can think of is Great British Bake Off. And then maybe, well, I think Is It Cake is really nice. And then I started watching the Chocolatier one with a guy that's really good at chocolate. But it's not really about him. He kind of teaches the contestants and it's really about the contestants. But I just want to watch him make chocolate stuff. Oh no, Weird Love was the one with him and the really tall... Oh, no, I didn't. See, that happened. I wasn't interested until he got his stupid reality dating show. And then I was like, oh my god. So I really got into diamond art. And I really wanted... So Dan's been letting me use his X-Acto knives for diamond art. But I was like, I really want my own. They're cute. So these are little X-Acto knives. Oh no, this doesn't stay out. This might be bad. These are supposed to be clouds. Okay, maybe I just have to become really good at like holding it down and cutting it. Oh, I bet it's to be safe, but they come in different colors. I got an 8-pack. Whee! But this is to help me with diamond painting. Yeah, I got 8-pack. Look, unique. It's very important that I have 8 cloud-shaped X-Acto knives, okay? See, this is my problem with Genshin right now. There's nothing I want to roll for. But I want to finish the event so I can get the free 4-star, is she a 4-star? The free, I think she's a 4-star, but the free Dendro character. I want her. She's free. I want it. So I want to do the event for that, but otherwise there's nothing I've wanted to roll for, and I don't think there will be for a while. Okay. Actually, you know what? I might need one of these X-Acto knives for the rest of the stream. We'll bring out the purple one. I really wanted Ayaka, and I didn't get her. And she's the one I really wanted. I mean, unless you're going to use Ganyu, like, there's no point... Unless you're going to use any of those 5-star characters seriously, there's no point in getting any constellations for them. You've been maining her? Dan has like a C1 Ganyu because he got her twice in one roll. Like, back when she first came out. Raven. Which one are you talking about? Oh, The Bachelor. I haven't really watched The Bachelor either. I don't... Usually dating shows are not my thing, but like, oh, The Flavor of Love and I Love New York were just like so ridiculous. I was also a lot younger when those came out because I pretty much watched anything on MTV at that point. I mean, I like pulling things when I like new stuff, but I don't like Archers, so I didn't pull on any of the Dendro banners when they came out. And I actually have a Ganyu. I have a Ganyu, and I have her bow, and I don't use her. She just sits on my bench. I actually didn't get into Jersey Shore. I didn't get into Jersey Shore or the OC or the Hills. Hey, Chi-Chi's a great healer. Like, I love Chi-Chi. She's an amazing healer. She out heals everything that I have. I'm always happy to get more Chi-Chis. Okay, so Dan was really excited when we went to the Gunpla store because we got this Blockade Runner kit for him. And then what I really wanted, I found this in the store. I don't think I've ever talked about how much I love the Death Star. I saw this kit and I picked it up and I ran over to Dan. I was like, Dan! It's the Death Star! It's even better because it's like 2,700,000th scale. And it's the second Death Star. It does come with a Star Destroyer too, which is like much bigger. Dan's gonna build them. He was really excited when he saw this little Blockade Runner, so he's gonna build these. So I'm not gonna unbox these because that's for him to deal with. He has a wooden Death Star he's supposed to build for me too. No, Dan doesn't stream. He's actually downstairs painting. Because sometimes he stops by my stream. Let's see here. So we have... I thought this blind box was really cute. Do it like this. This is Drew mine. Yeah, Dan, he just gone into painting. Because he was just doing regular Gunpla kits and he decided to get into painting. So this it's a remint, which they do mostly food. I know, these are super cute. So this is part of their Wagashi set series, and there's a couple of different things you can get in this blind box. And Dan, I thought all of them would be cute. Because basically we use them for our figures. Because the Gunplas he likes to build, the girl line, are 1/12 scale. And my figure arts are pretty close to 1/12. So we had some ideas about staging them, like making a cafe and staging them. So we've been kind of slowly acquiring doll stuff for them. So let's see what we got here. Ooh. Is this which one is this? Oh, we got this one here. Yeah, they're blind boxes. Like, oh, this is also my Sailor Moon inspired dust mat. I got it from a Canadian artist. So I believe it goes like this. Something like that. You're gonna focus. Focus. Ah, it's not focusing. I believe... I wish Rolly! Come back from lurking and read this for me. It's whatever this one is. What's this? Oh dear. There's a bunch of little parts. I think that this is a cap, so I think this is a syrup bottle. I'm not sure what these are for though. They're like little stands, I guess? What are you for? It doesn't say. Oh, they're signs. But I don't see... They're for signs, but I don't see any signs. Wait, what? Oh, here they are. I have to cut out the signs myself. I'm too lazy for that, but apparently you're supposed to cut out the signs. These ones. Can you focus? It's not gonna focus. But you cut out the signs and you can put them inside these little things. I do have 8 X-Acto knives. How does this work? Okay. I think it goes something like this. These are supposed to be the wagashi. Which, we actually got some real wagashi today. Which I'm very excited about. We almost didn't get it. Because there's a pickup window, which we were there for. We got there a little early, but whatever. So we got there for a pickup window, and like the gate was locked to go into the restaurant. And Dan and I were just like, what's going on? And he tried calling, and the owner wasn't picking up. And so then he was talking to Uber Eats, because that was who the pickup was through. And they're like, oh, well, you just have to cancel your order. We can't do anything about it. And Dan's just like, what the hell? But eventually the owner came out with our order, like 20 minutes later. And they were like, oh, well, we didn't say it was ready yet. And Dan's like, well, the phone said, you know, in the app, it said it was ready. And they're like, well, we didn't push the ready button. And Dan's like, okay, but it said it was ready, so that's why I'm here. Move that there. Okay, so this is from Pearl. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Because, like, what are you trying to do over there? I mean, the thing is, like, I don't really play Genshin that much anymore. I just rank, because you don't need to have everything unlocked in the chasm. You can just run right through to the next area with Dendro and just start unlocking everything. The only thing that's annoying is you still can't skip cutscenes. No one cares about the story. Okay, so this is from my friend Pearl. Pearl is also a Sailor Moon collector. She knows I really like Saturn stuff, so she messaged me one day and she's like, hey, I'm getting this Pluto doll. It comes with the Saturn one. If I get it, will you buy the Saturn doll off of me? And I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that. And these dolls are really ugly. Like they're ugly. So and I've looked at them before on eBay and I'm just like, oh man. Look at me looking at my X-Acto knife. Unique. Look at that. Oh goodness, Pearl, how's this open? Pearl totally, like... Well, I think I enabled her too. We both buy way too much merch because of each other. Oh my goodness, here she is. I don't know what's going on with these dolls. They have like... They have like partially cloth little outfits. And then like these plastic boots, and then they only go so far to help you snap them off. Oh my god. And then of course she has like her staff. You know, the glaive. Oh, look at that face. This is the face of destruction. Oh my goodness, she's so ugly. She's so ugly. It's nice to have some vintage Saturn stuff though, because well, obviously when Sailor Moon first came out, I couldn't afford to buy any of it, and it was really hard to get too, because that was like the early late 90s. So all this stuff I have is like, you know, since Crystal came out. She goes front and center. I wonder how well... Oh, she does not stand well at all. I'm gonna have to, like, put her against something. Man. Yeah, I think the only thing I could really... Well, I had some of the Irwin dolls. I actually don't know what happened to them. I don't have them anymore. Stickers. I got a made-up 6th art book from Germany. I love that art book. I have it prominently displayed in my bookcase because I like how Germany's like, oh, we need another art book. Let's just like pull some art book images together and sell it. Oh, he's building a PC? How's that going? Tell him, remind him to plug in the power source. Okay. So this is the order from Big Bad Toy Store that I've been waiting for like a year. This was supposed to come a year ago. But it's just like, they just never got their stock in. And it's the Sailor Moon cat collection. Oh my god! Look at it! It's finally here. It took me so long to get. Like, I can't even tell you. I don't even know the best way to open this. I like how it even says, like, in the name of the moon, I'll punish you. Like, it has the American branding on it. I think you're supposed to bend the ears up, but I don't want to do that. Like, it has a thing down here where you can rip it open. Should I rip it open that way, or should I try to cleanly open it from the bottom? What do you guys think? Or can I nicely open this top? I'm so bad at opening these. Ah, that's because it has more tape. Being thwarted by the tape. Okay. So these are technically blind boxes too, but I ordered it from Big Bad Toy Store, so it's a complete set. These are gonna be so cute. It took me forever for mine to show up. Oh, I'm so excited for Beryl because it's a kitty in a booby dress. What is this? Is this just a... Let's see what this is. Oh my god, it's a little image. And then here she is. Here she is. Her little tail butt. I threw my waste box over there. That's not helpful. These are so cute. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these though. I mean, I get that they're cute, but they're also folded, so they're creased. What am I supposed to do with this now? Maybe I'll put all of them in this top one here. I heard it. Do you iron your paper, Unique? Nah. Looks like we have Mercury here. They put her on a book. I bought these off of Big Bad Toy Store. I have to put her tail in. Her tail comes separate. I have to put her tail in. Yeah, I bought these at Big Bad Toy Store. I have seen them in the store at, well, Kinokuniya. But this is the first set that came out last year that I finally got. And then the second set is the Outers. And they will... I'm supposed to get them next month. I don't know if I will. Yeah, well, they did have them. They don't have them anymore. But they did have them. And then this brand... What is it? What is this brand? Mega Cat. The Mega Cat Project. They also do cats of other franchises. So I think they have Naruto right now. They have blind boxes of this latest set of, what are they called? You could check their website, because Mega Cat has their own website. Let's see. They have the Chokurin mascots at Kinokuniya right now. Hang on, let me add a browser. That's not. Let's do, it's window, isn't it? Window capture. Okay, we can do this briefly. So these are the Chokurins. They have, here we go. So these are Chokurins. So these are at Kinokuniya right now. And then oh. Hi, Yowza! And then they have... We're gonna look at all my pre-orders. The Outers ones are here. I guess these are supposed to come sometime early next year. Probably not early next year. Like, honestly, I keep getting my stuff so late. But these are the next set of the Outers. Big Bad Toy Store is like, I think you just saw, like, I have a bunch of stuff on pre-order from them. Dan's also using my account now to pre-order his model kits. I'm really waiting. This is the one I've been waiting for like a year now. My Rare Earth. I don't know when it's coming. Bye, Ricky! Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm so glad I could show you toys that you want to go buy. You gotta save for your build. Lunch Dad needs to save for your builds. Tell him to go put in some extra shifts at Home Depot. The problem with the Genshin figures is because of the export rates, like, they're really expensive. I was thinking about getting Bernadetta from Fire Emblem. Here, Jupiter's the next one. Look at her. Go in. Go in. Her tail is in. Look at her. And she has this big fluffy tail. Yeah, that's the problem is there's so many things you want to get. I had to like really try and limit myself. This is why I really usually only buy Saturn stuff, but if the thing's really cute, then I want it. It's these cats. Oh, here's Beryl. You have no self-discipline. Here she is. Look at her. She's so great. Look. Focus camera. Ah, she's got her booby dress. She's got this giant tail. Her necklace. Oh, she looks so great. I mean, that's what they did. They put a booby dress on a cat. Okay, this one's Tuxedo Mask. Look at him trying to be all suave. Oops. He's got his little kitty paws. Hello, Fluffin. Welcome back. Who's messaging me? I'm using my phone as a camera. I can't check messages. Well, it's not Dan, so it must be my mom. Doot 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 doot. We just been I haven't unboxed too much. We've been talking a lot. DJ's gonna make fun of me all week now. She's like, it's a short stream. It's gonna go on for 5 hours because you can't shut up. I know Rolly's still AFK, but this is what he should do. He should just tell Mrs. Commander, like, look, I have to buy these things so I can box them on stream. And that's how he can get away with buying things that his wife doesn't want in the house. Looks like this one's Mars. My mom and I have been texting today because one of the wildfires, it's mostly contained. It's not all the way contained though, so that's a problem. But it was really, really smoky today. Like you could see the haze on the street. Wait, I didn't want to close this one up yet. I still have things to put in it. What am I doing? Oh, she has to have her tail put in too. So my mom and I have been texting about the weather. Okay. Here's Mars. If I can get to focus. There we go. It's like, I mean, every summer is wildfire season up here, but this one, I don't know, hasn't been the worst, but it's been the smokiest in a while. I know they had to close the highway it's next to. Yeah, I live on the West Coast. Here we have Venus. And Artemis. No, Artemis is in the separate one. But they show them on this one. Did you like how I was like, where's Artemis? Where is he? Oh. It depends on where you are on the West Coast. Like, I live in Seattle, so it's very expensive here, but you know, if you get away from the city, it's not as expensive. Though, of course, like everywhere is just expensive regardless right now. I was telling Dan, I was like, what if... So I was talking to another streamer, her name's Muggle Mama, and she recently moved to Florida, pretty close to the Disney parks. And I was like, Dan, if Microsoft had us move to Florida, would you do it? And he's like, no, because then we'd have to live in Florida. I was like, oh, yeah. I got these ones from Big Bad Toy Store. It's bigbadtoystore.com. I wish they did a partner program for how much I buy and shill for them. Big Bad Toy Store is a little bit more expensive than other places that you could purchase from, but they always guarantee their products. I've never had a problem with shipping, with contact, customer service, anything like that. They also have a thing where if you have multiple orders, they'll hold them for you in their warehouse for the amount of days has kind of been changing, but they'll hold them for 60 and 90 days, and then you can have them all shipped together, and then you can pay the one flat shipping fee. Hello, Wholesome Scottish Junior. I hope you're having a great day too. Thank you so much for coming by. And thank you for the follow. I was sitting here, I was like, I want to go to Disney World every day. One of my coworkers when I worked at the Underground Tour, because she left the state and she retired in Florida, and she works at Disney World. And she said it was actually really great as a retirement place, because, you know, Disney has full benefits. They gave her a pension, even though she only works part-time. And she just bought a little house down there. So she works at Disney World, and that's how she retired. But I can't handle the heat. Like, I'm really, really bad with heat and humidity. I know Florida is like, even if it wasn't Florida, the temperature itself would like kill me. Yeah, that's what you guys should do. But yeah, and Dan's like, well, we can move to any southern state because it's cheaper, but then you're in a red state. And I was like, yeah, okay. The way that the Walt Disney World parks are built is just like insane. So these ones should be the kitties. Yeah, Florida man. Not that nowhere's perfect, right? And I was talking to one of my high school friends about this because she lives in Alabama, I think. But she recently married, and her husband's black, and obviously the adversity that they face. And she was saying like how her family was telling her just like come move back here. Yeah, big bad toy store. But as her and I were discussing, like, yeah, where I live, like, there's a very nice blue bubble. I love living in it. I don't get very many problems. Being East Asian is like not a big deal here. But like, there's still racism here, There's still bad crap. It's just generally people leave me alone. People complain about the Seattle freeze. I love the Seattle freeze. No one talked to me. I mean, I have acne too, but I'm on medication for it. When I was in my 20s, and I was like, screw having acne all the time, and I went and got on medication. And here's the little bunch of cats. Yeah, when people, and I'm going to be honest, I feel that the people who complain about the Seattle freeze are people that like try to talk to you in the supermarket, or like try to talk to you when you're walking down the street. And I'm like, don't talk to me. Like, I'm walking. I'm buying my groceries. Leave me alone. I remember watching this one like YouTube video of a woman who she moved up here from Louisiana. This is their talk. Oh my God, Lunch Dad. No, we don't talk to people up here, Lunch Dad. That's how the Florida man murders you. You talk to people. But she was talking about in her video that it was really difficult moving up here for the first couple of months. It was really hard for her to transition because we don't talk to people up here. And she was saying how in her hometown, people like they'll look at the car. They'll be in like the intersection and they'll be looking at you at the intersection and be like waving at you. And I was like, who is talking to you at the, like, you're in your car at the intersection. Who's trying to get your attention next to you? I'm just like, no. Oh man. I can't. Don't talk to me while I'm in my car. I was like walking down. I was going when I worked at my last job before COVID, and I was going to lunch, and I was walking over to the restaurant, And this woman tried to stop me on the sidewalk to have a conversation with me about my outfit. And I'm just like, don't talk to me. It's my lunch break. I'm hungry. Go away. And I was just like, okay, thanks. And I kept walking. And you didn't, she like was talking about you didn't have to have your windows rolled down. They just like eye contact and wave at each other all the time. And I was like, no, thank you. I actually prefer the cold. I love snow. I am from snow country. Yeah, I don't really like dealing with it, but like when you live in a place that understands snow and how to properly take care of it, it's largely fine. If you live in Seattle and it snows, it is hell on earth. Like, when it snows in Seattle, you don't go anywhere. Like, it's dangerous. Man, because the thing about it is different because Seattle is, it's on the Sound, it's surrounded by water. The snow is very wet and it's very heavy, and it compacts really fast. It's great for making snowmen and having snowball fights. But yeah, it compacts, and because generally this is not going to be the case for here on out, and I know this, thank you global warming, but for a while there, Seattle was just kind of like too hot for snow. So it would get a lot of snow, and then it would compact, and then it would melt from the heat, and then it would freeze again, so you get ice, right? And then Seattle has one snowplow. It has one snowplow that it usually loans out to the other areas because we rarely need it, which again is not going to be the case for much longer. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have a lot of snow this year. We need more than one snowplow. And then because we live, on a hill going into the water, and we're a bit more eco-conscious, there's a lot of things we can't use. A lot of like ice melts and stuff we can't use because they'll wash off into the water and potentially hurt the habitat. So we just get to be like frozen, dangerous tundra. And it's awful. Like, we can watch my favorite video. Watch my favorite video. Yeah, like this one snowplow is always on rental. I remember this year because I moved to Seattle in 2000. When did I move here? 2007. I moved to Seattle in 2007. And I remember this winter. This is Capitol Hill. This is Capitol Hill from 2010. I don't remember which, do they say which street? They don't say which street it is. Oh, bye Fluffin, thanks so much for coming by. I did my panels, thank you very much. I struggled with them, so I was trying to figure out what to do with them. Just wait. Just wait, guys. There's gonna be a bus. So this is the other funny thing, is we get the snow, right? And then all the service vehicles chain up with like these huge chains. And then, the snow melts, and then they're still under like advisory. So the buses are just driving around with these giant ass chains for like weeks. And it just like makes these clunking noises everywhere, and it totally destroys the streets. It's hilarious, but there's gonna be a bus, and I believe also a fire truck is in this video. if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think he gets T-boned. Like, it's so... You don't want V-Chan! I can kick you right now. It'll be a short stream for you. Excuse me, son. Look at these cars go. Oh yeah, you have to get the kids ready for bedtime, don't you? See, it is a short stream for you. So we have like... Oh, here comes the bus. Actually, let me get the sound. Like, the music they picked pretty good. Is it John Street? Okay. Here comes the bus! Isn't this great music? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. So anyway, when it snows in Seattle, we don't go out. Don't go anywhere. This is what happens. It's just... Oh, okay, that's what... The bus is plowing. You're just plowing the street. It's good. But yeah, and Seattle is not like... It's not like San Francisco hilly, but it's got some hills. Actually, Seattle used to be a lot worse. Is there another bus? Oh my god. So I used to work the Underground Tour, if you kind of caught that earlier. So I actually know a little bit about Seattle's history. It was a swamp. And it was built on top of a swamp. Yeah, I used to work in the office, and then the owner's husband went nuts, and there was a mass exodus. He was trying to fire everyone, and so we all left. If you go to the tour company Beneath the Streets, all the tour guides went to that. They started their own tour company. In my opinion, they're like the better tour guides. They all left and made their own tour company. But yeah. So Seattle was originally a swamp that we built on top of. And then, oh, here comes the fire truck. And then it was all wood buildings. And it burned down. All the wood, like all of downtown Seattle burned down. And the reason why there's an underground is when they decided to rebuild Seattle, they decided to put everything a layer up off the swamp. They started filling it in with extra dirt from the surrounding mountains and hills. So even though those mountain hills look pretty steep, they used to be a lot steeper. There was Yesler Way was called pretty much Skid Row, because Yesler Way is where they would drop all the logs down to the water front to the sawmill. But yeah, so there's an underground because when everything burned down, we rebuilt the city one layer up to bring everything up off the swamp. And that's also why all the buildings downtown are stone. They're brick and stone, because brick and stone doesn't burn down like wood does. But the underground is not... Most people, when you tell them there's a Seattle underground, they think of like some like hidden Atlantis down there, and that's not it. It's basements. It's just a bunch of basements that are connected together, because it took a while to rebuild Seattle, and commerce still needed to happen. So basically, the first um, the the basement level, the original street level, was still in operation. So you could go down there to the storefronts, and that's how they operated. So all the storefronts are connected by this big sidewalk. And so when you do the underground tour, you're going in down that sidewalk area. You can look into the basements, basically, of buildings there, because that's where their first story was. Hi, Tarkin. What are you doing? Okay, bye. Okay, so we did the little kitties. They're here. I just got this today at Kikokuniya. What I was really trying to get or hoping to get was the Sailor Moon Petite Cuposque. Her, it's not the prototype version, but it's an earlier outfit that Naoko had drawn her in. And V-Chan, I just saw your Discord message. Anyway, I was really hoping it would show up someday. It's not there yet. It's not a museum exclusive, but that's where I saw it. It's being retailed everywhere in Japan, so I'm hoping Kikokuniya gets it eventually. What we've got here is a different Sailor Moon limited edition item. I tried opening the bag from the wrong way. Let's pretend you didn't see that. So it is the Miracle Romance Special Collaboration Book. And I believe it has all these items inside. So this is the pouch, the front and the back, this little cloth, and I believe it comes with this, but I'm not 100% sure. And then this is the inside of the pouch. Tarkin, okay, hang on. Tarkin needs to go out. I will be right back. Okay, that didn't take forever or anything. Nope. Ah, Tarkin. Let me see if my phone's blocking my light. Something like that. Tarkin hates the rain. Tarkin hates the rain. I think I told you guys the story where I made him go out to the bathroom in pretty much a rainstorm and he dug a hole and tried to hide in it. And then I was late for work because I had to bathe him because he was full of mud. Yeah, he like took him out to go potty and he did. And then he looked right at me. He was just like, and then dug a hole really fast and then sat in it. And he's like, and I was like, oh my god. It was like torrential rainstorm. I had to like message work and be like, sorry, I'm gonna be late. And of course it was my job that sucked. So they're all like whiny that I was late for work. My other job wouldn't be like, it's fine, it's cool, whatever. And then, you know, especially great because he hates water. I had to give him a bath to get all the mud off of him. I can hear you somewhere. You are somewhere. Okay, so how's this open? Opens like, ooh. Oh my god, is it like a book? Oh, can you guys see this? I know it's still kind of far away for you guys. Maybe it's supposed to hold the makeup items? Yeah, I guess maybe it's supposed to hold the makeup items. Broly, where are you? Can you read this for us? Can you come back and read? What does it say? Because these are the makeup items, right? I think these are the makeup items that they're selling. So maybe that's what it's supposed to hold. And so maybe it doesn't actually come with this. Maybe it's just showing what it's for. Okay, how do I get into this? Alright, how do you come out? They come out this way? Okay, so this, I guess, is supposed to keep it from collapsing. Okay, so I think it is just the case. And I think this is just to show that it's supposed to hold those. Anything else down there? Okay. Have the pouch. It's kind of like a nylon. This is 30th anniversary though. Miracle Romance. I got the little zippers here. Nothing too special about them. Here's the inside of this one. got its pouches. I guess it would be like a makeup bag. I would be too afraid to use this as a makeup bag because I think I'd get my makeup everywhere on it on accident. And then this side is also pouch, but bigger pouches here. It's very cute. But this is what I got at Kinokuniya today. That's quite good. That's cute. Now I need to have to display the... Yeah, this must be... I mean, it has like this history in here, right? That I can't read. That's never stopped me from buying a Japanese book, but... It is quite expensive though. This was $59, but I checked eBay and it was cheaper than eBay, so let's put the box nicely back together. I can do this. I think it's hilarious that it's actually like a book. It's actually a book. Okay. Have this giant box. I don't remember what's in here. Dan told me, but I don't remember what he said now. Oh dear. What's in here? Let's find out. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Guys, this is the best. It's our Pokemon Center order. Oh my god, I saw this. So this is a Detective Pikachu Ludicolo. Look at this dumb thing. Look at it. Look at its face. Look at it. I saw it online. I was like, Dan, we have to get it. We have to get it. And then, oh god, that's right. It is fuzzy. And we got this, Dan wanted this one. Skorupi? Or Rapion? Or Pinscora. I don't know which one this. He wanted it, so we got it. But the real reason we made a Pokemon Center order is because of this one. Hey V-chan, it's Christmas in September. Look at this. It is a Piplup riding a Manatee. Look at his little Christmas sack and his little Christmas hat. Look at it. It's Christmas! It's Christmas! So anyway. Oh man, you were a little... You were not going to stand up, are you? Whoop! It's Christmas time! I have our pumpkin Halloween stuff out. Our Halloween Pokemon. But yeah, we saw this in the store and I was like, oh, I gotta get it. So anyway, welcome to the Christmas unboxing. Okay, and the last thing we have is another Riemann set. It's pretty much a French patissier set. So it should come with actually all these things in the picture. Because it's a complete set. Which is why we wanted it, so we could put it in our cabinet. I'm debating on if I want to... I mean, it's an unboxing stream. The point is to unbox everything. I don't have a place to put it away yet. But I should probably unbox it, right? Unbox it, even though I can't put it away. Oops. Maybe I didn't think about this very well. Oh yeah, it's supposed to look like this when you put everything together. Can you focus on that picture? Can you do a webcam? Webcam, I believe in you! No, it won't do it. Okay. Okay, it can open. There's instructions here on how to open the box. Oh, here. Oh god, there's more cutting. There's also instructions here. Hi, Tarkin. Does it... Okay. Here we go. Here's all 8. All right, guys. I know they're blind boxes. We're gonna get everything inside. I don't know why I'm bothering to open everything upside down. Oh well. And I believe these ones are just going to show... Oh! It actually shows the little menu cards that I think it wants me to cut out again. I'm not cutting out stuff. Can you see that picture? I have to make a box. Nope, not with my X-Acto knives. Oh no, am I supposed to put these together? Or are they supposed to... Oh, it comes with a little fork. This is a... Now you can't see it very well. Put it on... Does that make it easier to see? This is an Artemis, little Artemis fork. Yeah. Oh dear. Are these... What are... Oh, okay, these are the... I'm pretty sure these are for the stand where you put the names on them of the things that I'm not going to cut out. Ah! And the box I'm not going to put together, but here's the box. Oh, look at these foods though, guys. Look how cute these are. Look how cute. I love fake food. Those are so cute. Oh, I want to eat them. I want to eat them and I can't. I guess technically I could. I could show you guys the wagashi we bought. They're also very cute. And those I will actually eat later today. Okay. Let's put this back in the box. I think I'm gonna open the rest of these right side up. I used to open them upside down if I was keeping the box. And I don't see the point of keeping the box on these. This one is... Ooh. I'm not sure. Croquet thingies? Little bun things? Oh man, all these little parts for Is it? Oh, do these work? There's the tray, the cakes. They're kind of like these long cylindrical look. It comes with this little bag. You put your pastries in. And it opens here so you can actually fit them in. And then this tray. I'm sure for those that have been to like 85 degrees or another like French bakery. Well, 85 degrees is not French bakery, but you know what I mean. You get your little tray and then you put your bread on it. Okay. That one's done. What are you doing, Tarkin? Would it just be easier if I did this? Well, kind of easier. Okay. Ooh, we got a cream puff. Okay, I'm not gonna open this bag here because it has more of a little stand thing, so I'm gonna keep that shut so they don't get loose. But we can open the other three. Okay, so what we got here? Okay, so we have a stand that says it's October. So we got a little month stand here. Good night. I hope one of the kids sings the me song to you. Oh, it could either be September. Oh, the backside's September. Okay. And then it comes with a silica packet? It says do not eat on it. Is this a silica packet? Bye, V-Chan. We got the cream puff here, and we got two different drink thingies. I think this might be a pudding, but I'm not 100% sure because it almost looks like a drink thing. And then we have two drinks here. And these actually come out of their things. And then it also comes with a box that I'm not putting together today. Come on. You were doing so well. Oh, goodness. Okay. This one's the shop. This one's the shop. Oh, goodness. Oh, are these cookies? So I have this shop window here. And then I think like the stuff would go inside, obviously. Oh, wait. Oh, look at these mandolins. Oh, there's a little... Okay, I think there's little plastic bags that the mandolins can go in. Oh, come out. And then... I think the cookies go in here. And then they have lids. I think the cookies come in here and they have lids. And I'm only thinking that because they come with like these little... Let me get it to focus for you guys. Alright, it says cookie. Cookies, hooray. Look at these mandolins though. Or mandolins. Why do I keep calling them mandolins? They're not instruments. I believe this is like another bag that you can put stuff in. We have a basket. And then a shopping bag, again, to put stuff in. Tarkin, what are you doing? Oh man, he got mad that I blocked off his bed. So we have a shopping bag. And then I think this is a box. A cookie box. And it opens. So I can put stuff inside. All the cookies. Yes, I'm pretty sure the cookies, these ones go in here. Right. And then they have two little loose ones, I think obviously, you know, so you can do stuff with. That one. Okay. Oh, here's another one with a shelf and some cakes. Again, I won't be cutting out this one because it's the display stuff for the signs, but we'll open these two and put them together. Oh, these cakes are so cute. Oh. 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 It's got a shelf that goes in like that. Okay. Got this shelf here. Oh no. I lost it. It's okay, I got this. It's okay, I got this. Let me fix my things. Don't fall off. Okay. So the shelf goes in here. And then this clear one slides in. And then it comes with these 2 cakes, which I think this one's called a Mont Blanc. And then a little strawberry shortcake here. How do things go back in the box? How do they go back in the box? Oh, I didn't cut all the way through. Ooh, okay, so this one has the big sign. Then we have 2. One of them looks like a filled macaron, and the other one kind of looks more like a pudding dessert. Okay, so we have the generic box we've been seeing. We have this stand. It says it's open from 10 to... I'm really bad at military time. Is that 8, 9, 10 o'clock? So 10 to 10. Their side's blank. So we have a tray. We have, pretty sure this is a filled macaron here. And then whatever this little dessert is, I'm not sure. And then it comes with a little serving spatula thing. I know my terms very well, thank you. I could work in a kitchen. Give me the spatula thing. The serving spatula thing. The flipping spatula thing. Oh, kickies. Oh. Ooh, I'm afraid to completely open this one because it has so many little parts. There's definitely so many little parts, guys. I don't know if I want to completely open this one. I know this one's supposed to be some kind of decorative box that you put one of these around. Oh, it has little like boxes you can make with cakes in. I'm not sure what this cake is, other than it's cake. This looks like the chocolate version here. And then we have these 2 here. I'm sorry, there's so many little parts, I don't want to open this one. But I think this is the label that goes around this gold box here. Hopefully, we have one more left, and hopefully that one isn't full of such small parts I can open it properly. Okay. This one, oh. This is the birthday cake! That's cute. Let's go ahead. I think I can open this one without too much of a problem. With candles, you know, they have, they did the Sailor Moon set. Oh no, it has a little, please don't, I don't want to lose that. The Sailor Moon set, the cakes all come with candles, but these candles are much nicer than the ones that came with the Sailor Moon one. Let me see if I can show you guys. So here's one of the Sailor Moon ones that Remint did. I don't know how well. Let me see if I can show it this way. Yeah, I got both. Remint did 3 collaboration sets with Sailor Moon. I got the 2 sets that were fully food, but they also did this keychain set. And it comes with this little bonbon thing here. But I'm not really into keychains and phone straps, so I didn't really get that one. But I got the one with all the collaborative cakes and stuff. Because they had like... Well, they had a birthday cake series, and there's one for... Well, you know what's rude is... They have one for everyone but Saturn. Let me double check that. Hang on. Yeah, so Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune don't have a cake, but Pluto does. Pluto and Tuxedo Mask have cakes. With Usagi and the Inners and Chibiusa. And then they have this regular line of cakes. Actually, let me show you the regular line. It's not cakes, but it's like sweets based almost on each character. And this one's my favorite, but this one is their little tier tower there. And these all move around, the plates come off and stuff. This one's my favorite one. It's like I would say a cafe set is probably the best way to put it. Does it go like that? Oh, okay, I see. I see now. Okay. So this is the cake stand. And you put together. The cake stand's quite cute. Okay, so here is the regular cake. And if you see the holes there, it's because you can put the 2 strawberries in the holes. So it like completes the circle here. Right? Or you can put in this little chocolate, these are usually chocolate, happy anniversary. You can put that in the holes instead. So that's really cute, actually. Or I believe you can put in these numbers, so it'd be like a birthday cake. I really liked the Sailor Moon Remix series. I wish they had done more with to include the other characters. But they did not. Right, it is disrespectful, Unique. It's so rude. It's so rude. Okay. I'm trying to put this box back together. Oh, these. Okay. Just put my ugly Saturn here. So it's pretty much all the stuff that I'm unboxing today. Put her here with the cats. There we go. Oh man. When Pearl told me, she's like, hey, do you want it? I was like, oh. See, it was... V-Chan's not here anymore, but it wasn't that long. It was a pretty short stream. We're 2 hours and 10 minutes in or so. Got through all the stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow will be an art stream. I'm not 100% sure what I'm working on tomorrow. I have a whole list of sketches. I have a list of things that I'd really like to get through and try and finish by the end of October, not like in the next week or so. I would like to get through at least half of it done by the end of October, but we'll see. So maybe I'll just be doing sketches of all that stuff to get them ready to go. Other than that, I am considering a Draw from Memory stream on Saturday. I'm not sure, depending on how busy we're going to be, but there might be one. If we have one, I'll announce it in Discord. So if you guys join my Discord, I'll be putting announcements there. We also share art, our works in progresses. I post resources, so if you guys are interested in that, and like any kind of art, not just drawing art. I've been working on diamond paintings, so I've been posting diamond paintings in there. But you know, like food, anything creative, you're welcome to come share. If you need help or if you just need encouragement, you guys can come on into Discord there. I'll just go ahead and link it again. And just to note, you have to agree to the rules to access the rest of the Discord. So when you go in, it's going to take you to the rules channel, and then you have to agree to them to get to the rest of the channel, the rest of the Discord. Okay. So if there's another stream on Saturday, I'll announce it there. If not, tomorrow's going to be the last stream for a couple weeks. Again, because I'm going to be taking care of Tarkin while he's recovering from his knee surgery. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming by my impromptu merchandise unboxing stream. And see, this my 8 My 8 box cutters came in handy. Even though I only used one of them, but I have seven extra to do something with. All right. Let's go say hi to Zunder, because he's trying to, this month he's playing new games and trying to complete them, knowing that he's probably not going to complete them. But right now he's playing Wind Waker. So let's go say hi to Zunder. If you want to have a raid message, if you want to yell anything at him, you can yell Mewtwo. You don't have to, but if you want to yell something at him, you can yell Mewtwo. Because he's been keeping this Mew Oreo on his desk, and I have named it Mewtwo. So that's the joke there. Otherwise, you don't have to say anything. Just come hang out and lurk. Zunder's a really sweet guy. And I know he's been pushing really hard to grow his channel. So if you guys want to come hang out, watch him fail at Wind Waker, that'd be great. Otherwise, art stream tomorrow. I will... Yeah, just in time, Snaggle. Welcome. Good timing. Good job. But tomorrow's an art stream, and I will see you guys there. Bye.
Hi, Mochi. Hi, Mochi. There's a loaf cam going on right now. Here, I'll switch over for a second. Hi. Welcome, Raiders. You came in at a perfect time. I just beat a dungeon. We got a nice little... Oh, they were totally raving. Put it back! Put it back! Fine, I'll put the kitty here.